Thank you for coming. Welcome. I'm Charlotte King. I'm a solution-focused therapist, mental health therapist. I have the Pebble Ridge Practice, so I'm based in Torquay and I work online as well. I'm a solution-focused hypnotherapist. I'm also a talking therapist and also a trauma therapist. And as you can see it there is some awards that I've been lucky enough to win, which is an honour really to be able to do that. I work with a lot of children, young people, and I also do a lot of smoking sessions. However, I'm not going to be doing any hypnotherapy or any hypnotism or anything like that in any of these sessions. So we're going to talk more about the mind. So that's me. So the sessions that I'm going to be doing 3 with you over the course of, is it 12 weeks?
Yes.
Your 12 weeks. So really to get a good understanding of the mind over those 3 sessions and how to create balance. And that will be to do with your giving up of smoking, but also with everything in life. This is not unique to just giving up smoking, so it can help in lots of different angles as well. So creating balance and have a healthy mindset. So just to start with, I thought I would just bring in mental health, because mental health is really going to affect our ability to make choices and what we do and how we do it and decisions anyway. So just a little bit about mental health. And mental health does affect how we think, how we feel, and how we act. And we can't be healthy without having good mental health and good physical health. They come hand in hand. So that umbrella is both of them. So this is just to do with the mental health. We talk a lot about what isn't good mental health. So really what I want to share with you is what is good mental health, because we talk so negatively about things all the time. So looking out for some positive things. And to have good mental health is when we cope as well as we can with just our normal stresses of life, because life happens to me, to you, to all of us. We can't change things that happen. We can't predict things that happen. However, how we cope with them, we can own that for ourselves. So that coping isn't going to make everything an amazing garden of roses in our life. However, it's that reflection of the day to look back to say, actually, I coped the best I could. I couldn't do anything more. That's coping. So just coping with life the best we can. We work productively. So we will make decisions and we will get things done which will make us feel good. We also make the effort to interact with people, and people that make us feel good. So many times I work with people and they mix with some very negative people, and we all come away from that feeling low, angry, frustrated, anxious. However, mixing with good people, if we meet somebody for a coffee or we meet someone just for a walk that is good for us, we come away buzzing and it makes us feel good. So just making the effort where possible, because it's not always possible, to mix with people that make us feel good. And the last one is making healthy choices. And those healthy choices can be lifestyle choices and brought in when it comes to making a healthy choice about whether we smoke or whether we don't, or whether we vape and whether we don't. And this is all about choice. The mind is all about choice. So for anybody to be able to see what's happening in their life and to make the best choice for them. Have you got any questions or anything you'd like to ask or add to that?
That's got in good overview. I think I definitely agree with everything you've said.
The next time I see you, I'll be talking more about the mind and how the mind is driving you to say, go on, have another one. Oh, it's helpful. It's really good for you. It helps you relax. Good day, bad day. It's a day. Go on, have another one.
It's a vicious circle, though, isn't it? Because once you're in that circle of smoking cigarettes, yeah, I won't have one, then you do. I've got a bit better, so I put them back down. But I've been smoking for 40 years now, at least. And I smoke, I stop drinking. Like, I went down a Samsung thing for 5 years. Feels good with cigarettes, you know.
It's true, that kind of feeling good, it kind of can be associated with that. For me, it's like a reward almost when I've got through a task. So it's maybe like a bit more like demanding. It's like at the end, then kind of look forward to having that treat at the end. So that kind of makes it hard in a way because it is intertwined with habits or things that are making me feel good. But then this is a negative.
And it's all the propaganda that the mind's giving you to say, have another one, have another one. And the tobacco companies and the vaping companies, they don't care about your health. All they care about is having your money. That's all they want.
And the product.
And for, I don't know, any of you that can remember the Silk Cut ad, the big billboards that used to have the big purple piece of silk, the scissors going through it, ripping the silk. That is all done psychology for people to evoke anxiety, which will trigger the mind that will go, buy a packet.
Really?
It's all done. That's because they want your money. That's all they want. What they tell us, we begin to believe. So
Well, I thought I showed the cancer scan, getting through it, thank goodness. It's, when you have a cancer scan, you can't stop smoking. It's no longer a joke.
no.
It's not an advertising item, it's your lunch.
Absolutely.
It's that serious smoking, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it is. Hopefully, by the time you end doing these sessions, you will be then a non-smoker. And balance. And balance is a lovely word. So to have balance in our life. So the benefits of being a non-smoker. The question, what difference might it make for you to be a non-smoker? What about you, Rui?
I think it is freedom. I really relate to that. It's like the best thought. And also how much time you're going to have. Like, I remember when I did quit the first time last year, the first day, and it sounds ridiculous, but it's actually crying because I didn't know what to do with myself. It's like, and you feel like you've lost something, like this forbidden thing, I can't have it anymore. And even though it's for your benefit. And then afterwards, there's so much more time and also health, like vitality, feeling strong and like in control of your own body. Because and like walking up these hills and things, sometimes it honestly feels like you're going to have a heart attack. I think freedom is the word.
Yeah, it is a really nice word. So health, freedom, in control. Nice. What might you notice about yourself being a non-smoker?
Whiter teeth, bleeding gums. Just I think like if it will have more money, that's
Only because it is expensive.
In it?
It is expensive.
So money, whiter teeth.
feeling of just a bit more vitality in general.
Also, at the moment, he says that you really are not persecuted for being a smoker. They're really popular, aren't they, smokers? They really are unpopular. You go, I mean, some started on me today. He's a nice bloke. Well, just says hello. He's like, carrying on about smoking and all this. A lot of people now, they are really anti-smokers, aren't they? You know, they really give you, get in the neck off them for it. You know, it's a bit of a social pariah if you smoke now.
She doesn't feel very ladylike either, does it? I mean, you know, you outfit, but
25 years ago, was it?
The hand's all covered in nicotine, isn't it? And the smoke, it isn't it? It's horrible. It smells and they're horrible.
I do remember an elder gentleman, he was smiling and he looked absolutely disgusted, like, woman spoke. Wasn't as you can see it. Oh, that's great. Look back to it, it's not very nice.
Oh, that's not nice. What about others? What might they notice about you being a non-smoker?
Well, the mum might comment that the skin looks better, teeth look better. Maybe, what would they notice? Maybe like happier, I guess, because you have a different kind of energy about you, perhaps. Not sure of that one.
Nice. They might look at your skin, your teeth, energy.
Not stinking.
No, nice lot of questions, or quite nice lot of answers to questions that probably you haven't really thought of before.
No, it's true. And even thinking on that, maybe it also changes who you start hanging out with, actually, because that's already something started to happen, or positive people in a way.
So you've got a piece of paper, a little bit of card there. What are your best hopes from sessions? What do you want? So if you want to put name on it, and I can keep it with me till next time. If you want to keep it for yourself, you can.
You've got a long list.
There's an essay going on.
I had the thought that I thought we should get a bit there. Yeah.
Are any of you happy to share it? You don't have to if you don't want to. Fine.
I'll put my best hope is to understand the mind propaganda and learn how to break the cycle, and like maybe some mind techniques, what to do, like when like really bad craving hits, so kind of coping techniques and mechanisms really.
Okay, there's going to be a lot more of those on the next one. Okay,
Right.
good. How about, is it Teresa?
Yeah.
Teresa, how about you, Teresa?
I want to stop smoking as I did drinking, and then went to solve problems without props.
Hi, strikes.
Sleep drinking and smoking, they are props, aren't they? You got tension and anxiety.
Yeah,
And you do use them as props, don't you? You know.
they are props.
I mean, you don't face it. I mean, I thought something came up last night, and I was thinking, how to go cry. But I've been drinking, I was like, I did not know. I got off I call it getting it off your head, Ned. Out of your head. Out of your head, yeah. I think it's something, but really, it came into my subconscious mind. And I did have a good cry, and I did some writing, I do writing. But it was better that I wasn't drinking.
Yeah.
And that I wrote it on the page where it was. And I could check that you can register and file, can't it? You know,
Journaling. They call it journaling.
I've written poems since I was 4.
Wow, have
It
you?
was with the Survivors Poets in London. Yeah. That's the Survivors of Emotional Distress stuff. They're used right, they're published right for people who've had problems, you know.
Brilliant. Awesome. And how about you?
So I wanted to learn techniques and information and advice that I could share and signpost people to in the community who want to give up smoking. And then also I thought some of the techniques I might be able to use for myself to help me lose weight, because that's what I want to do, so I don't smoke.
It's exactly the same thing. So yes, you will be able to. Good. Hey, isn't big? Okay. So let's just do a little bit of scaling, and you can scale this on that piece of paper as well. So best hopes on a scale of 0 to 10. 10 being you're where you'd like to be. Yep, I'm achieving everything I would like to. And 0 being the reverse. Today, where might you say you are on that scale?
I am committed. I want to say 10, but maybe my actual behaviour is more like an 8.
It's quite an interesting question, isn't it? When it comes to you go, "Yeah, that is what I want, my best hopes." Well, how committed am I?
Based on my current actions, I'd say, yeah.
How about you, Teresa? What I'd take it?
Best hope I put 6.
Okay.
Because I think I'm coping with my problems a lot better than I did. An 8 for like this lady for Torbay.
Amazing.
Quite high up, but I don't think I'm just gonna do it. I'm not on a mission, you know.
No.
See what I mean? That'll don't help. I probably will stop smoking, but it's very hard now for so many years. That's where I've downed it a bit. Yeah.
And everybody is different. It could be some people will just stop, quit, that's it. Other people will go slowly, maybe move to a vape. Some do, some don't. And it's whatever is right for you. So we've just had New Year, 20 days in is the traditional time to create change, which is what we were talking about these sessions, a good time. 90% of New Year's resolutions will be abandoned within a couple of months. And I think it was last Friday the Friday before was the day that traditionally that's when our New Year's resolutions will. But why? Because very often we make a huge change. We make huge demands on ourselves and we go, right, that's it, I'm going to change from then. And as we've just spoken about, that inner teenager, toddler will be elbowing, going, oh no, it's just this once. And we do live in that instant world. And what we want it now. It's got to be right now, whether it's a message, whether it's, I was working with a little boy of about 9 today, and he had to wait for this series to come out a week later, which doesn't happen anymore because you just live stream. I'm watching something, it's amazing. I'm going to sit here and watch this box set and watch the whole way through because everything is so instant, and those huge changes, they don't always happen instantly, and we need to work towards them, and that's very often why we will then abandon. And lack of patience, we haven't got patience anymore. We've made a decision, we want it now. There isn't much patience. Yeah. And it's training our mind like our smartphones. Click, 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 click. All the time. We don't focus on one thing at one time. It's going everywhere. All the time.
It's like a recipe for mental health disaster, isn't it?
Yes. So mindset versus willpower.
This is interesting.
So willpower is really, really hard. Demands, which you spoke about, Teresa. It is really, really hard because we will go, that is it. I can't do it. The language is, I can't. I won't do this anymore. I can't have it. It's, nobody can have this in the house because I'll see it and then I'll want it. Mindset is really lovely and easy, and it's kind because mindset says everything is out there. Cigarettes, whether they're in our homes, they're in the shops, we can get them 24 hours a day, whenever we want to. But we make a choice, and we use kind language to say, there is an opportunity for me to have it. However, I'm working towards being free, being healthy, having nice skin, looking after my teeth. So mindset is really kind, and it's all to do with the language we use. Willpower is, I can't, I won't, I'll never, I can't have that. Demands, pressure. Your mindset is nice and kind. So be kind to yourself. And reward sometimes can be language, because just something like a, well done me. I got through that last hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, however it was that day. Well done me. If we get it from somebody else and we ask for it, didn't I do well today, doing today without a cigarette? They say, yeah, you did really well, well done. And inside we're going, did they really mean it? But if we say it to ourselves and give ourselves that well done me, that's our reward, because we go, and we feel good, and we produce those really good chemicals. So our language, what we use to ourselves, is really, really important. It's nice when other people recognize it and they give it to us, but if we ask for it, we never quite believe it. So it's being kind to you, knowing that you do have choice. There are shops all around us to walk down, get in the car to, and buy whatever we want. But it's whether we choose not to. So ladder of success. So we've got a nice ladder there with lots and lots of steps. The steps aren't too big, so our legs can reach to those. So steps that you can realistically reach. I put like running a marathon. So if we were going to go and run a marathon, we wouldn't say, okay, I'm going to sign up and do it tomorrow. Because we couldn't. We would have to train. We would have to be dedicated. If we had a cold halfway through, which is happening this time of the year, and we'd already started running 10K, for example, we had a cold, we don't go back to the beginning, we might go back to 5K. So once you're on that ladder, you're on the ladder. You don't slip back down. There are sometimes things that go wrong, and we do get ill and things happen in life, but we don't slide right back to the bottom. We might come down a rung, but we can keep on going up. Your choice. So think about your choices that are right for you, and come back to those best hopes. Freedom was the lovely word that first came out. Healthy. And get pleasure from working towards those goals with that well done me. Sometimes just the anticipation of working towards that goal can be such an achievement. Knowing where you are on that ladder, you might be on that very first step. However, looking forward to that freedom, being healthier, being fitter, walking up the hill. And when we do motivate ourselves and achieve those goals step by step, or going straight up to the top, however quick or however slow is right for you, it does make us feel happy, satisfied, and fulfilled. And that's what we really need for success. And that is mindset. Reminding ourselves of what we want, not what we can't have. We're going in a different direction. That's where those best hopes come in. And it is that sense of happiness and satisfaction which helps us work towards achieving your best hopes, your goals. So just notice over the next few weeks, few days, language. What's happening with that language? Is there demands on the language? I have to, I must, I should. Or are you being kind? Give yourself a moment before you make a choice, because there will be times for you to make that choice. Give yourself that moment. Weigh it up, and then make your choice. And you'll find things will start to change. So a few stats then. UK, 11.6% of the population smoke, and this is now continuing to drop.
Well, actually, it's not that much.
No, it's not.
A lot.
Is that just tobacco smoking, or is that vapes as well?
Vapes comes up in a minute. And the lowest percentage of smokers are middle age to end of life. That's the lowest. So people are giving up more now, middle age going on. Men, for some reason, are more likely to smoke. And people in lower paid jobs and unemployed are more likely to smoke than others. As I say, lowest percentage of smokers are middle age to end of life. Vaping then, 11% of the population vape.
That's not as much as I would have thought.
Most vapers are former or current smokers. Some people are combining now as well. Really high in our young people.
Oh, wow.
Really high.
Really high.
There are many young teens that I work with that vape. Serotonin. So that lovely, lovely chemical responsible for us, for our mentally healthy behaviour. Makes us feel good, makes us feel happy, motivated, helps us cope. That is the feeling when we were talking about good mental health, by mixing with good people. If we mix with good people, we feel good. That's the serotonin to the mind. The well done me from somebody at work, when you do something really nice and they get, oh, well done, that's really good. Feel good, that's serotonin.
Also, when you go running.
Yeah, those are the endorphins as well as the serotonin. Really important. Smoking will take away 50% of your serotonin. Will wipe it away, as will alcohol, as will recreational drugs.
Wow.
So more smokers are more likely to have lower mood, depression and anxiety, mental health than anybody else, because of the lower serotonin.
So we go calling drugs like you cause some mental illness, and they actually are causing it.
Yeah, they are contributors. Yeah, they're contributing.
Yeah.
The mind, you were talking about I think you said something about the mind when it comes to that wanting it. The mind is desperate for serotonin. It's what it's designed for, because it helps us feel good, happy, coping, motivated people. If it's not being given it, which it's not if we're smoking, the mind will go, I will have anything. I need this chemical, so I will have it from a cigarette. Which is why when we go, I need it, I need it. We take and inhale it and we go, because the mind is going, I'll have anything, that will do. I'll have those plastic ones. I really need serotonin, but I'll take that. That is why it's doing it. It's desperate serotonin.
Someone said you could just breathe in, inhale as if you were smoking, and get the same sort of hit without actually smoking.
Should be just it's that deep breath.
So I used to be a smoker, so I know what it was like when it's a good day, it's a bad day. The propaganda comes in, you have that inhalation, and then you do go. And that's because the mind is going, yes, I'll have anything. It's desperate for serotonin. So that's why the mood will lift. And you mentioned being more energized.
And
Because you've got that serotonin.
that's shocking, actually. I didn't know that.
So when she said she's got the serotonin, she hasn't actually got it because cigarettes don't give it you.
No, it's because
just
the mind was
mind
going,
thinks
I'll
it's
have
got-
anything. I'll have a plastic chemical instead because this is what I need. And however, because I'm so used to having that, I'll have that instead.
Okay, and maybe my brain's not made
Serotonin.
like association of happiness and reward with the cigarette.
However, then we have the cigarette and then we go, didn't really enjoy that. Or, oh no, the guilt goes in, the stress goes up. Then we're more likely to have another one.
That does kind of explain almost how I managed to slide right down my success ladder, because almost I've just had a little bit and then thought no, but then it gets to the point where you've almost gone so far that you just go all in again. It's quite interesting to understand that cycle, try and intervene. I had no idea actually, serotonin, when I put cigarettes to that.
Yeah, same with alcohol and recreational drugs. And it's going back to when we started. So I've got a little caveman there because probably tribal. It was, I don't know why you may have started. Maybe friends were doing it in that group.
I was literally just saying to you guys the other day, I was so happy because I couldn't inhale. All my friends were huddled together. Yeah, it was like embarrassing. I remember the first time being so happy I could actually inhale. It was like this moment of pure delight, and then it all went downhill.
And acceptance and being with the tribe.
True. God.
However, those friends that were with us then when we started, are they with us now? And are they still smoking? Have we got a tribe, a smoking tribe now? So smoking, as I said, will affect your production of serotonin and is reduced by 50% in smokers, e-vapors.
Or that bakes as well. Is that from the actual nicotine itself, or just the process of like inhaling something?
It's the chemical that go into the mind. Nicotine is marginal.
Wow, that's quite scary.
It's more habit. Smoking is more habit than addiction. Marginally addiction. It's in the mind. It's all in the mind.
I do see that in my mind, and just the patterns. I do observe what goes on. It's like a monologue. And you think it's physical, but that's why, I haven't really quit per se, because I do use the vape, and maybe that's, it's kind of not really great, is it? But it does take, sometimes I get edgy. I can feel myself. It's like that would be the time. Just having that vape there, I can knock back the thought of actually having a cigarette, and then I do forget about it. So it does almost resolve what I perceive to be physical. But I think it does start for me in the mind.
And that's where bringing those best hopes can come in and maybe doing something else instead.
Yeah.
Because that's where those habits, I have one at that time, and that's where I go to have it. And that maybe is the coffee or the tea or something I have with it. Start to disrupt, start to change those habits, have a different cup of tea, sit in a different place. And suddenly the mind goes, it's not putting that 2 and 2 together. So it will go, that's a bit strange.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's sitting in a different chair. Doesn't feel right. Ooh, No.
True, maybe even ditch the coffee first thing, have a shower in the morning first thing instead.
Just
try.
change the coffee for a cup of tea or a hot chocolate or a...
Yeah.
So the power of your mind is absolutely massive. It does bring it down to choice, mindset and choice, and the importance of language that you use to yourself and to be kind to yourself about anything. It doesn't have to be to do with the smoking, but just being kind to you and saying kind things to you as you would the people you love. Whereas so often we say unkind language to ourselves, or we may slip up, come down the ladder a bit, and then we say some really horrible stuff to ourselves. That evokes stress, and we're more likely to slip a bit further down and then go back to those unhealthy choices. So it really is thinking about your language and your mind for you to make choices for you, not for anybody else, but for you. Step back, give yourself a moment, take a breath, look at it, weigh it up, make a choice. Rather than be driven by you have to, you must, you should. Go on, another one, go on, go on. Just interrupt that with that moment rather than going straight down the habit route. It's easy to continue doing what you're doing. That's the easy part. However, we need to disrupt it and create new neural pathways. That's ultimately what you're doing. So making different connections so that that's what I used to do, because we never forget, this is what I do now. So I used to go out at 11 o'clock. However, now I go and make myself really nice hot chocolate instead. So having something different and disrupting those habits. There will be, we've talked a little bit about tribes. There will be people that have been in your life that seemed amazing to start with, and then maybe for whatever reason they've dropped off. So to start with, what makes a good friend? What makes a really good friend?
Kind,
Considerate,
loyal,
fun,
positive.
amazing.
So who takes your part, you know? Is it just the loyal?
Loyalty, kind, considerate, lots of lovely things. And I hope that all of you have got some really nice, kind friends. So I did write just a story. It's a metaphor. So I will read it out to you. If you'd like to, you can close your eyes. This is not anything to do with hypnosis at all, because we're not doing any deepness. It's just a story where we can visualize and then the mind can engage better just with our eyes closed. If you'd like to. If you don't, you can just maybe just have a softened gaze. Okay. So it's called Old Friends. So I was thinking, have you had a friend who you used to hang out with? Have a nice time. Laugh and joke. Perhaps somebody that you used to get on really well with. Maybe this person supported you in a time of need and was there for you. They comforted you. They were kind. They were considerate. Maybe you had a friendship for years with this person, and it might be a partner, may have been a family member, or a colleague at work. You felt safe with this person. It felt right. And then you began to notice things were beginning to change. They spoke to you in a different way, and it didn't feel the same. Perhaps they said things to you or about yourself that didn't feel right or wasn't very nice. Maybe it made you feel bad about yourself. brought your mood down. However, you still continue to see them and still hang out together, and kept thinking that it will get better, right? They will change and be back to how they were before. Some of you may have started to slowly distance yourself, recognizing this wasn't a healthy friendship or relationship. It did bring your mood down and you didn't feel good about it anymore. They may have made you feel guilty if you couldn't meet them, couldn't hang out with them. And it all started just to get a bit much. But you kept on seeing them. Perhaps each time you met, you thought it might be different next time. And you would always remember enjoying their company, the good times. Laughing, joking, getting on well together. But it kept on turning out the same, not making you feel good. Until one day something changed. And you decided this friendship or relationship just wasn't going to get any better. It wasn't healthy. And it didn't make you feel good. So you made the decision to cut ties. And for some of you, you may have done this slowly and gradually. Others may have stopped completely there and then. It was a really hard decision, but a decision that changed your life. And looking back, you've learned so much from this friendship. And you were now able to make decisions which are the right ones for you. You didn't want to go back to that old habit of believing that it would get better, that it was okay. When deep down you knew it wouldn't change. So you began to make healthy lifestyle choices, noticing you had more energy, more confident in being able to say no if something wasn't right for you. There were times it could be really hard and that old belief would creep back in. But you persevered. Noticing your mood had lifted, you felt happier, healthier, free. It felt right and it felt good. And with all new friendships that come along in the future, you know now what feels right for you. What makes you feel good? As you're able to make choices and decisions that are the right ones for you.